It's the NFL on EA Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? Who knows what we're in store for here? And it's coming up next on Madden Football.
Let's go, y'all.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you take a look at our home side as we enter play here. They come in off a good win on the road, and now they hit the home opener at 1-0.
And the way they played last week defensively, you look at the tape, it looks like they had extra guys on the field, and they thoroughly shut down that offense.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Raiders, they come off a good win in the opener on the road, and they get a second road game here.
Yeah, the schedule makers didn't really do them any favors, but if they can win here and get to 2-0 on the road, they can be well set up for the rest of the year.
Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll have Lamar Jackson calling the shots, the former Heisman Trophy winner from Louisville.
Early part of his career, defenses really had to focus on his running ability, and they still do. But now, he's turned himself into a true dual-threat quarterback. When he plants his cleats in the ground and turns it loose, good things happen downfield.
Here's the former Heisman winner. It's Derrick Henry. And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards. You look at this Raiders defense. They were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, do you now decide that I can't throw the ball against this team and try and run it like crazy? Or do you challenge them? This is going to be fun.
3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Well, this defense for the Raiders, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
A first down carry for Henry. Derrick Henry all alone. And touchdown! Derrick Henry with career touchdown number 94. He ties both Jerome Bettis and Priest Holmes on the all-time list. And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead. Let's make no bones about it. On paper, they're the better team. They're at home. That's a strong opening drive.
And just think how many times we've seen this type of a matchup. Just what you said, better team at home should steamroll them. And we've seen it go the other way. Sometimes, though, they buy into it and understand we are the better team. Let's go out and prove it right now.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. From the gun, Minshew to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Against a team coming off a win, just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. 6-0 our score after 1. The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2. as they've got it with a third down coming up. They'll go play action here with Minshew. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. It's a big play there for Vegas. 47 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
He goes underneath to Abdullah. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. So no gain on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Minshew sets to throw. That's caught left side. Myers with it. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. It'll be a gain of 16 for number 16.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Kadarius Toney, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Raiders are an extra point away from moving out in front in the final minute of the half. An out route there for the score, a quick out route there for the score.
Yeah, you're not really surveying the defense on this one. You're just counting on timing, making this play happen. 1-2, ball's out of his hands, knows where he's going, just puts it to the outside. Touchdown.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And they take the lead here at 7-6. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it's Kadarius Toney who caps things with a touchdown reception. And bulldozing his way through. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. This offense back to work now late in this first half. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. Jackson. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted. 2nd and 10. From the gun, Jackson. Looking deep here for Flowers. That's caught inside the 20. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Now it's Jackson on the move to his left. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Lamar Jackson in the final seconds of the first half. And his guys are going to retake the lead. This defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number 1.
It should be number 1, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and and he's going to be taken down. It's a sack, and they fail on the try for 2.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And he takes this near the 25, just a little past there. Call it the 26. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number one. So we've come to halftime in a 5-point game. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it.
We'll start up at TIAA Bank Stadium in Jacksonville.
And it's the Browns who have the lead in the second quarter. Nick Chubb, the lone touchdown there as he's cashed one in on the ground. From there, let's head to AT&T Stadium as we check out the Cowboys at home in Dallas. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Saints in that one. Derek Carr has thrown a touchdown pass. Lastly, let's motor up to the Motor City. See what's happening with the Lions at home at Ford Field. As you can see the score there in the second quarter. Jared Goff has a touchdown pass.
It was Derrick Henry, as he normally does, making his impact felt in that first half. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
These two coaching staffs likely going through their final adjustments for the second half. One of these teams is going to emerge 2-0. But who will it be? To find out, let's go back to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Raider offense ready to go here to start the third quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chatter.
And a loose football. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. To the opposite of what they envisioned when they left that locker room. A turnover on the opening drive of this third quarter.
I like your identification there because that's exactly what they discussed in the locker room before they came out on the field. Let's get the ball. Let's go down and score. Put some points on the board and feel good about it. Not an insurmountable lead, but definitely not how they saw it at halftime.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
Henry up the middle. Shrugs him off. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 93 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that would look like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Again, it's Henry. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. And his fine afternoon on the ground continues. That last run going to put him over 100 yards for the ball game. 2nd and 3 with the ball sitting on the 5. Inside handoff, Henry. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Derrick Henry, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points.
Well, this offensive line has really stepped up to the challenge here because those Mastodons, they've been sensational clearing holes all game long. And this is great work down here near the goal line to give their back the space he needs to work his way into the end zone.
John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the 2-point conversion. Jackson here, he's going to look to throw. Steps away. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out on this third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. So the Raiders now down by 13. Just under 2 minutes to go. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. Minshew. He has Mayer complete, and he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Here's Minshew. To the sideline and incomplete.
Well, they've certainly had trouble unlocking this defense through 3.5 quarters, so I don't expect it to get any easier now. You know they're going to be sitting back and waiting on everything, and they force an incompletion there.
Now Minshew. And that went to the right side and incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Here's Minshew. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Here we go. This is 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. The home team's offense and Derrick Henry set to take over once more. And as we roll through some of the highlights, we see how crucial he's been to their success in this one. When he's in this type of a groove and his offensive linemen are creating running lanes for him, he can really put on a show, and he's done so here. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. Here's 2nd and 10. Now Jackson. And he is going to have a first down here, and that should be the one that seals a victory. Here's Jackson to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Flowers. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Jackson now. Caught on the slant. A gain of 7 that time. Second goal.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Jackson will throw again. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
He came through well with a nice pass breakup there. Fortunate that he was on the spot. He's the only guy left to prevent the first down.
I guess not content to get another 3 here late. They'll try to add 6 more as they go on 4th and goal. Throwing is Jackson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. An incompletion there on 4th and goal from the 3. And the Raiders hang tough down near the goal line. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Looking to throw it. Minshew. Throw out wide is incomplete.
Well, it's pretty difficult to sum it up offense in a 2-minute drill when your guys have struggled to put points on the board all afternoon. There's an incompletion right there.
Now Minshew. Oh, and that is incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety. Well, this defense has been smothering all game long. Why not give them 2 more points here in the closing minutes?
Well, they've certainly earned it. They've gotten the better of this offensive line for 4 quarters, and this sack here will just be a little icing on the cake.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here. Oh, my goodness. Now that is going to be out of bounds on a free kick. And that's a big mistake. So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. They're looking deep here for Flowers. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the home team here, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for Las Vegas, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.